financial problems with the same kind of thinking that caused them. These words will change your reality because poverty can't survive in a dough chaser's mentality.
The Beat Majors.
So to all my dough chasers, it's time to get this party started now.
I like it.
With your host, Jason White.
I don't know about y'all, but every time I hear that, I got a couple bars in my brain that I may spit out next time, but they're explicit. So kids are watching, and I don't want to lose any viewers this evening. Anyway, that's what happens when you grow up listening to gangsta music. I'm just playing. Tonight we're talking about the top 10 credit myths that won't go away. Tonight I'm going to be sharing information with you that's going to give you a better understanding of your credit situations, and what you can do to better your credit matters, okay? As you come in, let me know who you are and where you're from. We got Michael Leach in the building. We got Mr. Miller, believe it, Harold from Tennessee. How you doing? Thank you for joining me this evening. YouTube is very interesting. We have minimal activity on YouTube. That's a first. Anyway, we are going to talk about, got some information here. We're going to talk about these credit myths. And as I share this information with you, what I need from you is engagement, okay? Let me know if you ever heard these myths before. And then, as we begin, to go into these topics a little more deeper, share myths that you heard before that you want me to dispel as well, okay? So the first myth that won't go away when it concerns your credit is bad credit scores last forever. How many of you have ever heard this? A bad credit score lasts forever. So a lot of times, what typically happens is you mess up. You pay your bill late. You negatively impact the 5 components of your credit score: payment history, credit utilization, length of history, credit file mix, and inquiries. You negatively impact those components, right? And your credit score drops. Sometimes a lot of people don't even know how they get a bad credit score, but that's another conversation. A lot of people don't know how they get good credit scores. They just know they got it and they brag about it, but they don't even understand how they got in that situation in the first place. But that's another conversation. Anyway, just because you have a bad credit score does not mean that your credit will be bad forever, okay? Bad credit is not permanent, okay? What can cause your credit score to continue to worsen or stay negative is your financial behaviors. Your credit is only a reflection of how well you manage your bills. At the end of the day, if you continue to pay your bills late, okay, if you continue to max out your credit cards, if you continue to apply for new accounts knowing you're going to get denied, yes, that's going to hurt your credit. And that kind of financial behavior is going to keep you with the poor credit score. So a lot of times people will have bad credit only because they're not improving their financial behaviors, okay? So if you are someone who has a poor credit score, the first thing you want to do is work on bettering your money management skills. If you do that, ultimately, your credit score will improve, okay? So that is the first myth we just dispelled. Bad credit does not last forever. It is not permanent. If you work on improving your financial behaviors, it will improve. It's only a reflection of how well you manage your money. How many of you can agree with that? Let me know. Let me see here. Yeah, YouTube. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Interesting. All right, excuse me. We're having technical difficulties with our YouTube account. Don't know what's going on, but they need to get this right. All right, let me see here. All right, you know what? We're going to have to do something creative at the end of this. But back to the topic, okay? The second myth when it comes to your credit score that, for some reason is continuing to linger, you hear people talking about this all the time, is, hey, be careful when it comes to checking your credit score because that could hurt your credit score. How many of you have ever heard that before? They tell you don't check your credit score because every time you check it, your credit score drops. They add a new inquiry to your credit. Okay? Let's think about this. You checking your own personal credit score will not hurt your credit. What hurts your credit is when you apply for new loans, new lines of credit, and a creditor pulls your credit to verify your credit worthiness. In that case, yes, it hurts your credit score. Because at that point, that is called an inquiry. That's you applying for a new account. Okay? When a creditor is looking at your credit report because you have given them permission so that they can see if you're credit worthy, yes, that hurts your credit score. But you looking at your own credit report and monitoring your credit, that will not hurt your credit because you're not applying for anything. You're just monitoring it to make sure that it is still stable, to make sure that nothing is hurting your credit, right? So no, checking your own personal credit score will not hurt your credit. You heard it here live on Dough Chaser TV. Okay? If you are someone who is wondering if I look at my credit, will my credit score drop? No, it won't. Now, if you fill out an application with JCPenney's, Macy's, Victoria's Secret, if you fill out an application for a new line of credit, for a credit card, store card, and you give them permission to look at your credit, then yes, the company that you gave permission pulling your credit, that will hurt your credit score because now a hard inquiry will be added to your credit report. And remember, inquiries are 10% of your credit score. All right? So we want to be careful with how many companies we give permission to pull our credit. Be strategic. Don't allow just anyone to pull your credit. Okay? Only work with companies that you know you're going to get approved and that you really need their card or their line of credit. You need their services. Don't just open up any line of credit because they say, hey, you can save 5% today. Hey, my name is Becky. You can save 5% if you open up this store credit card. Oh, 5%. Oh, yeah, I'm all about deals. Yeah, don't play yourself by opening up that new line of credit because Becky told you so. All right? And if we have any Beckys in here, act like her name is Sarah. No diss. No diss. Okay, it's all love. This is all out of love. All right? So make sure you are careful in that aspect, all right? But when you check your own personal credit score, that's not an issue, all right? So today, I am going to do something special. Usually on Thursdays, we do giveaways. But tonight, I just got a new batch of books, Credit Builder Secret. If you want to learn how to improve your credit score up to 200 points, you need my new book. And I'm going to give you all an opportunity to get my book. I'm going to give away a book tonight, okay? So stick around until the end. I'm going to share with you how you can get your hands on my book, Credit Builder Secrets, written by yours truly, Jason Watt. Anyway, okay, so the third myth about your credit score that won't go away is each person has just one credit score. All right. Now, there's a lot of information about credit. All right. However, typically people don't look up the information about their credit until they get denied for something. Okay. Typically, people won't go researching credit until they get denied. Okay. I really don't know too many people who research credit just to research credit. Okay. Now, if you are someone who researched your credit before you ever apply for anything or researched credit before you ever worked on building it, I applaud you. But realistically, many people, I would say majority of Americans, do not research credit beforehand, okay? And this is one myth that you'll see, I'll see this go across my timeline, and they'll tell you, you only need to worry about one credit score, and all that other stuff doesn't matter, all right? So this works, of course, we all know, you should know that there is not one credit score, okay? There are credit reporting agencies, okay, that partner with particular companies that develop credit scores, okay? And there are 3 particular agencies, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. These are the big 3, all right? They're LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, all right? And of the game, all right? And they're winning championships every year. Anyway, they matter, all right? And typically you'll see information saying, hey, only worry about your middle score, all that good stuff. Well, no. You need to focus on making sure that all of your credit scores are in order, okay? And the reason being is they all can impact you at any time. Yeah, for your mortgage, they may look at all 3 of your credit and then go with the middle credit score. However, you want to make sure that all your credit scores are in shape so that your interest rate is a high interest rate. A low interest rate. Whoa. You want to make sure your interest rate is a low interest rate by making sure all of your credit scores are in order, okay? However, with particular companies, not all companies pull the same credit report. Not all companies will go through the same credit bureau. Some companies have a special relationship with Experian. Some have a special relationship with Equifax. Some have a special relationship with TransUnion. And when you are pulling, working on your credit or looking to take out a line of credit with a particular company, they may say, hey, we need to pull your credit. And if you're only focusing on one credit score and they pull the one that's not looking good, like they may be partnered with Experian and that credit report isn't looking good, you just played yourself. So when you are working on your credit, you want to work on all 3 of your credit reports, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, because you don't know who they're going to pull that credit from, and you want to make sure that they all are in top-notch shape. You do not just have one credit score, but you have 3. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And the better the information is that's on your credit report, ultimately, the better your score will be. So, let's put that information out there. There's not just one credit score, but 3, and you want to make sure they're all looking good. How about that? I wish we had that. How about that? Okay. So number 4, getting married will merge your credit scores. We get so many phone calls of people saying, hey, I just got divorced from my wife, or I just got divorced from my husband. He ain't no good. I'm tired of his and I'm moving on, right? Will our accounts divide? Will our credit scores, the information that we have on there, will it go away now? I'm like, well, first and foremost, just because you got married does not mean that your information is going to merge, okay? What happens is they still look at you as individuals. Yes, you are married, and under God, you are one. However, when it comes to this credit game, you're 2, right? Baby girl may be good with her finances, but baby boy over here, man, he ain't to be trusted, right? So we need payment history on all y'all so we can keep tabs on both of y'all, right? And just because you get married does not mean that your credit files are going to merge into one. Each of you will still have your own individual files. However, the only time you will see information merging is when one of you co-signs for the other. If you are co-signing for your husband and he gets a loan, that payment history will show up on your credit report because now you're liable just in case he doesn't pay. And vice versa. If you take out a loan and he co-signs for you to get approved, now your payment history will show up on his credit report. And a lot of times, married couples or, pending divorcees, they want to get out of the house, right? And hey, I'm getting a divorce, but will that mean that this house will no longer be on my credit report? Will this mortgage no longer report on my credit report? And unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, okay? Because what happens is you both sign the contract. That means that you both are legally obligated to paying this debt. Just because you get a divorce does not mean that you no longer have this contract with the mortgage company. In order for you to get your name off of that mortgage, the person who is remaining in the home or who is keeping the home, they need to refinance the debt in their name solely. And until they do that, you both are responsible. Okay? So the only way you'll see information merge is if you both co-sign or open up an account together. If you open up an account by yourself without your husband or your wife, then that's going to show up on your credit report by yourself. However, if you open up a credit card and you add your wife as an authorized user, then yes, your payment history is going to show up on her credit report. Now, here's the thing. Oftentimes, some people I won't say oftentimes, but rarely, some couples can be spiteful. And they know you're trying to get a house. You just left me. Now I got to cook for myself? Oh, I'm not paying none of these bills on time. Because you coming back. Baby, come back. You can have it all from me. Baby, come back. So what they'll do is they won't pay that bill. And it's your obligation, okay? It's your responsibility to make sure that bill gets paid. So you want to keep an eye on your credit just in case they are spiteful and not pay the bill, because it's going to hurt your credit if you open up the accounts together, okay? That's the only way you'll see information merge, is if you both sign the contract together. But if you open up accounts individually, that information will show up on your individual credit report, okay? That's a deep topic, okay? A lot of people call our office asking for more information about this, and you heard it here live on Dope Chaser TV with your host, Jason White. I need like an announcer behind me at all times. Jason White. Growing up as a kid, this is an interesting story about me. Growing up as a kid, my brother, and my sister, we always did creative things together. And I was the kind of person where I had my genius moments. Like, we'll be doing something and I'm recording. I'm like, oh yeah, I like what you're doing. But we can do it this way. Here, hold the camera. And then I'll get, in front of the camera, and then I'll start acting stuff out. And they'll get, low-key, they're a little jealous, but we ain't gonna say nothing. Anyway, they'll say, here go Jason, always trying to take the moment. And it wasn't like that. It was just like, if I saw something dope, I want to be a part of it. But it's funny because now I'm in front of the camera, and it just worked out for me. Yeah, right. Okay, so make sure you're sticking to the end. Stick with me until the end. I'm giving away a free book, Credit Builder Secrets. Myth number 5. When you are looking to apply for a new job, a lot of people will share with you, make sure your credit right, okay? You need to have a 700 credit score, 800 credit score, because if you don't have a 700 credit score, your employer will not hire you. They will not hire you. So the myth is that employers actually check credit scores, okay? Fortunately for everyone, that's actually against the law. Employers cannot check your credit score. Your credit score cannot be a requirement for a job, okay? However, information on your credit report can be. So we're not talking about, hey, in order to work at Witness Riches, you need to have a 700 credit score. But it could be, hey, to work at Witness Riches, you can't have a bankruptcy, okay? To work at Witness Riches, you can't have more than 5 collection accounts, okay? And the reason being, not that this is a requirement to work here, but for example's sake, some employers, they look at your credit report as a part of your character, okay? And that's how they can use your credit against you, is if your credit report has a lot of derogatory information. They basically say, hey, it looks like you don't pay your bills. You can't be trusted. We don't want you working on our team. You're not getting hired. Okay? So it's important for you to have your credit in shape, because you never want your credit to block your success. All right? However, they cannot use your credit score as a requirement, but they can use information on your credit report. Okay? Now, it's not often that employers will actually check the credit report, but a lot of government jobs, especially working with the feds, they will look at that information, depending on how deep you get into the system. Like, for example, we have some clients who work in the White House. They can't have derogatory information on their credit report, so they hire us to help them get it removed. That's messed up. Yeah. It's messed up because credit repair, there is no guarantee, but in their sake, we actually got to remove, but, can't guarantee that. So that's the tough part, because being a honest person and having a business with integrity, I let our clients know, like, hey, we may not get everything removed. Just keep that in mind when you sign up for our service, but we will educate you on rebuilding and all that good stuff. But just understand that everything won't get deleted. It's a chance, but it's not a guarantee. All right. And unfortunately, some work positions require a perfect credit report. But that's why you want to make sure that you're always monitoring your credit, so that if something does hit your credit report, you're aware of it and you work on it right away. Okay. So hopefully this information is helpful so far. If you're watching this video, please like and share this video, because the people that you know, like, and love, I'm pretty sure they can use this information too. Okay. So give me some love, share this video, let your people know about it. I would definitely appreciate it. All right. Let me see. Let's look at some of the interaction that we have in the comment area real fast. Let me know who you are and where you're from. Cliff said, thanks for my book. You're welcome. Appreciate that. He's I see what's going on. He's speaking it into existence. Mr. Hero was like, no, that's mine, bro. Hey, just don't meet up with each other and fight over it. I'll feel very bad if that happened. No, I won't. I'll actually enjoy that. I'm just playing. All right, let me see. When
you were speaking about the 3 bureaus, Cliff Tate.
Brianna Thompson says she's signing up tonight. Whoop, whoop. The 700 Club, creditrepair.com. Check us out. Now, what did you say?
Above Brianna, Cliff Tate. When you talking about the 3 bureaus.
Okay. So yeah, Cliff asks, why don't they align up with one another? With one another. So earlier I was saying that companies have relationships with certain credit bureaus, and not all companies report the same information. And sometimes some companies won't even report to one credit bureau. So that's one big reason why they don't align up, because not all the information is the same, and they don't have relationships with every company. Okay. So Leah, let's go to myth number 6. So a lot of people, I talk about this often actually, but you're working your ass off 5-10 years. You've been paying down your credit cards. And one of the myths is that closing that credit card will improve your credit score. Okay. So let's break this down. Credit is 30% of your credit score. All right. The minimum credit score you can have is a 300. The highest credit score you can have is an 850. This is under the FICO model, which is used in 90% of lending decisions. Okay. So 30% of 550 points that you can influence, that is 165 points. Okay. So with you working your ass off to pay down your credit cards, okay, you finally get it to a zero balance. That means you are maximizing your credit utilization, right? That means you're taking advantage of that 165 points. And then you have the brilliant idea to close the account. You close the account. So what you do is you break yourself off from that 30% that you could maximize. You just shut that down. That means you're no longer maximizing that. That means that's no longer impacting your credit. That means you just missed out on 165 points. You close the account. What happens next? Well, you were up 165 points. You close the account. Guess what happens? Your credit score drops. Okay? So closing your credit cards is a big no-no. To someone, if you want to have great credit, do not close your credit cards if you don't have to. You want to keep them open as long as possible. And especially if you've been working your butt off to pay down that credit card balance, why close it? Now get the benefit. Reap the benefit. You've been working your butt off forever. Now get the benefit out of it, okay? And closing your credit score, closing the credit card will not improve your credit, but it will hurt your credit, okay? Now, I think what a lot of people, what they mean to share with you is paying down your credit card will improve your credit score. But a lot of people, they'll pay it down and then they'll close the account. Don't close it. Get the benefit. Keep it open. Maximize your utilization so that you can maximize your points in that component. Closing your credit cards after you pay them down will not help your credit. Myth number 7. Paying off a collection keeps it from hurting your credit score. You hear me talk about this often. Remember, a collection being added to your credit report is considered a derogatory account, okay? This hurts your credit score. The more recent the collection is, the greater the impact to your credit score, okay? The thing is, because it is now at that bad state of being a collection account, you know, that's basically, you had the account with the original creditor and they said that they try to collect and you wouldn't pay and they sent it to a company to collect for them, okay? At that point, that is considered a derogatory account. There's no positive collection. There's no positive collection status, okay? So whether you pay it or not, it is still going to show a derogatory stance. And a lot of times people will say, hey, pay your collections and that'll improve your credit. No, your credit will stay where it's at. Okay, it'll just show a paid status. Instead, we want to get that collection removed, so now we no longer have that derogatory point on our credit. 1 second. The last thing I want to happen is for us to lose this connection. So it's important that I plug in my laptop. If I can just find the hole. All right. So yeah, a paid collection has the same negative impact as unpaid collection. What you want to do is you want to find a way to get that deleted from your credit report, okay? Number 8, we're talking about the top 10 credit myths that won't go away. Every year, people are spreading the same misinformation when it comes to your credit, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired. Okay, so I made this video so that you can get information that can be helpful and dispel those credit myths. Right now, we're on number 8. So, we were talking about how bad credit isn't permanent. We actually have a commercial out right now. I'm going to play it for you, okay? If you heard this commercial, then I want you to give me a thumbs up. If you have not heard this commercial, then you need to pay attention a little bit more. Okay, I'm just playing. But peep out the commercial, okay? Let me go. Where is it? Okay, listen to our commercial. Okay, it's kind of dope. But listen.
Is your credit score below a 600? If your credit is blocking your success, don't feel defeated. Bad credit isn't permanent. Listen up, Toledo. Over 70% of credit reports have errors, so don't wait 7 years for your credit to improve. Witness Riches will work on your behalf to remove errors and help boost your credit score. Get on a clear path to the 700 Club. Start your first 30 days for just $19.99. Sign up for credit repair at the700clubtoledo.com today.
Dope commercial, right? So that's a commercial we got playing in our local area on the radio. And one of the lines that was mentioned was, don't wait 7 years for your credit to improve, okay? A lot of people believe that it takes 7 years for your credit to improve. And if you've been paying attention to any of the information that I've been sharing for forever, since day one, you know that you don't have to wait 7 years to fix your credit. You can start rebuilding today. What it takes to fix your credit, to improve your credit score, is positive financial behavior, okay? We talked about earlier, the first point was a bad credit score lasting forever. We dispelled that myth. Bad credit is not permanent, okay? You don't have to wait 7 years to improve your credit. Now, depending on if the derogatories on your credit report are 100% accurate or not, you may have to wait 7 years for it to fall off naturally, organically. However, just because you have negative information on your credit report does not mean that you have to wait 7 years to start rebuilding. You can start rebuilding the next day. And what that involves is you improving your financial behavior and implementing credit building tactics, all right? At the end of this live feed, I'm going to share with you all how you can win a free copy, okay? I'm going to send one of you a free copy of my new book, Credit Builder Secrets, okay? I just got a new batch in, and if you want one, I'm selling them for $20, okay? You can get you a copy and learn how to build your credit up to 200 points. Or, you know, you may not want to pay me $20. That's fine. I understand. I have a YouTube channel. I have a lot of information. A lot. Check that out. You know, learn something new. Okay? However, you do want to buy one, I will share with you how you can buy one. I would definitely appreciate the support. You know, I got bills to pay. I got staff to pay. I got a family to take care of, you know. I got places to go, people to see. And sometimes that involves money. And if you want to support me, I would definitely appreciate that, because it's hard out here. All right. Anyway, it does not take 7 years to fix your credit. You can start rebuilding the next day. And in order for you to begin to rebuild, you need to improve your financial money, your money management, okay, your financial behaviors, and also implement credit building tactics, okay? Paying your bills on time, implementing credit utilization strategies, working on lowering your credit utilization, lowering your credit card balances, improving the mix of your credit report, minimizing your inquiries, all that stuff. There's a bunch of stuff you could do, transferring balances, paying down, consolidation, all kinds, okay? You can do all kinds, you can do all kinds. You know when you mess up and you just keep going with it? That's what I just did. Okay. So, yeah, let me know who you are, where you're from. Nora Cenas, I see you. Rolo 45, how you doing? I see you, brother. He said North Burbs of Atlanta. I like that. We got Harvey from Raleigh, North Carolina in the house. How y'all doing this evening? How you doing? Okay. So, number 9. I see this everywhere I go. Hey, man, you don't need a credit repair service. Just go to Credit Karma and dispute those accounts. Your credit will improve. First and foremost, just disputing for disputing's sake will not fix your credit, okay? This is a huge credit myth. Disputing an account will help your credit score. Okay, that's not true. When people tell you, hey, you can dispute yourself, yes, that's true. However, it involves strategy. You don't want to just dispute an account, not mine. That's not helping anything, but just showing that you're sending frivolous disputes. Okay? Like when people tell you, hey, just go dispute, you don't need a credit repair company. Yes, that is true. You do not need a credit repair company. But if your strategy is just to dispute, not mine, come on. Come on. Come on, cuz. Cuz, don't do that, cuz. That's not a good option, cuz. You playing yourself, cuz. You feel me? Hey, cuz. Don't do that, cuz. Hey, on blood, cuz. Don't do it. It involves strategy, okay? Do some research. Find obvious errors on your credit report. And then dispute that stuff. If you do it that way, then yeah. Get a deletion. Yeah, that'll help your credit. But disputing for just disputing's sake, no. That's a terrible strategy, and it never works. Demisha. It's either Demisha or Demisha from New York. How you doing? We got a text from Houston. Los Angeles in the house. Jamie from South Carolina. Aggie King, how you doing? How you doing? All right. All right. Let me see something here.
You mentioned you got staff to pay and kids to feed. Your boy said he also has the Detroit Lions. He got geared by.
Where is that at? Bugsy. Let me see. Yeah, support them Detroit Lions. You need new Lion gear for this year. Hey man, I gotta live a little bit too. I gotta live a little bit. Tex Deaver said, my bro said he'll sign up because you said cuz. Hey, on blood, cuz. What's up, John? How you doing, man? We're talking about the top 10 credit myths that won't go away. We are now on number 10. Number 10, the last and final top credit myth. So I've been talking about this the whole episode, and I'll break this down, okay? It's not that deep, but it's deep. The myth is you need to check your score only if you're applying for a loan. Yeah, that is important. But is that the only instance when you need to monitor your score? So in our credit repair service, one of the requirements for working with us is our clients have to obtain credit monitoring. Why? Because we don't have the resources to just pull their credit, one. And then two, we need to monitor the changes to the credit report, okay? So that's in our program. However, in real life, how much sense does it make for you to finally get your credit in shape and not keep an eye on it? You know, sometimes I struggle with understanding how the human mind works. For example, I have two beautiful children at home, Jason and Jocelyn, the love of my heart, okay? When I go outside, I see a bunch of kids running around, my children's age, okay? They're 3 and 5 right now. I see a bunch of 3, 4, 5-year-olds running around, and it's a big area. I'm like, damn, where are they? Their parents? This boy, I know he don't live over here. I know he live like 4 complexes away from us. Why is he over here by himself? Who's watching him? And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, damn, am I the only one who loves my babies the way I love my babies? To not allow them just to go anywhere? That's how you got to treat your credit. If you're not keeping an eye on your credit will go any and everywhere. And then what's the point of having good credit if you're not taking care of it? What's the point of having beautiful children, babies that you love, if you're not keeping your eye on them until they're able to take care of themselves? And a lot of you parents know that your kids will never be able to take care of themselves. Ultimately, we all need our mamas and daddies. You always need to keep an eye on your credit, okay? Because you never know when you may need to use it. Your children, you never know who's out here also watching your children. Keep an eye on your babies, okay? Your credit, you've been working on it for too long not to keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Get you some credit monitoring. 3-bureau credit monitoring is what I recommend. Keep an eye on your credit. Because when something happens, you've been watching it the whole time. You can attack that sucker right away. Somebody say, hey, baby, you want some candy? I bet you they're going to get a left hook from me. But I give my babies no candy. Don't ask my babies if they want some candy. All right, those debt collectors, you know why they report those collection accounts? Because they're enticing you to call them. Hey, you want some candy? Hey, we just messed up your credit. In order for you to fix it, you got to call us. Send a payment. That's the candy. They're playing you. No, what you need to do is you need to give them a left hook. Put them in their place. Like, no, I'm not playing that. You're blocking my success. And you don't even have the legal capacity to collect. Prove it. If you can't, remove it. I'm not paying you $1. You need to keep an eye on your credit. If you don't have credit monitoring, you're playing yourself. You're not keeping an eye on your children, you're playing yourself. You need to keep an eye on your babies, okay? Don't let your babies just go down the street to who knows house. Keep an eye on your children. I'm tired of y'all. Okay, not y'all, but I'm tired of them people in my neighborhood. I see it be like the same kids, like, damn, where your mama at? Crazy. Where your daddy at? And they'll have a full conversation with you. They'll knock on your door and look in your house. I'll be like, damn. Throw a pillow at the door, like, get the hell off my porch. It's your bad ass. I'm just playing. No, but for real, you got to keep an eye on your credit, because what's the point of working on it, fixing it, getting it in order, and being able to use it just for you not to keep an eye on it and then it get in the same shape? It's basically letting you know when you mess up, holding you accountable. It's important, okay? I won't go any further with that. But get you some credit monitoring, 3-bureau credit monitoring, and not just Credit Karma. Please make the investment. $20 a month. Make the investment, please. All right. So those are the top 10 credit myths that won't go away. A bad credit score lasts forever. Checking your credit hurts your score. Each person has just one credit score. Getting married will merge your credit scores. Employers check credit scores. Closing a credit card will improve your credit score. Paying off a collection keeps it from hurting your credit score. It will take 7 years to improve a bad credit score. Disputing an account will help your credit score. And finally, you need to check your score only if you're applying for a loan. No, you need to check your credit score all the time. Every day. On the block. I love y'all so much. I love you. Y'all allow me to be myself. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, now what I want you to do is, share some myths with me that you've heard before. Mr. Lee said, all you need to do is pay your bills on time to get good credit. See, Mr. Leach, I know, me and you on the same page. Mr. Leach has actually read my book, Credit Builder Secrets. He probably knew that before, I don't know. But that's one thing in my book that I talk about. Let me see, on what page do I talk about this? I talk about it on one of these pages. I don't know which page I talk about it. I don't want to waste too much time. Anyway, yeah, paying your bills on time is not enough, okay? That's 35% of your credit score, 192.5 points. If you had a 300 credit score and all you did was pay your bills on time, that'll add only 192.5 points to your credit. That'll give you a 492.5 point credit score. Last time I checked, that's still a bad credit score. Can I get an amen? So in order for you to fix your credit, you have to positively impact the 5 components of your credit score: payment history, credit utilization, length of history, credit file mix, inquiries. Impact all those components, and you will improve your credit score dramatically. Mr. Lee said, I got a signed copy. Yeah, so I'm sending out signed copies. Signed copies. I don't know. One day I may be like super successful and you'll be able to sell this book for double the price. I don't know. Y'all pray for me. But yeah, I'm gonna give away one book tonight, and if anyone wants to buy a book, let me know. I will send you a link directly, and you can get your hands on one for $20. All right. So before I go into the winner for the book, let me share with you anyone who is interested in credit repair. Check us out at the 700club creditrepair.com. I'm going to share the link in the comment area. Oh, shoot. I got to share it on YouTube anyway. And we're actually running a special where you can start your first 30 days for just $19.99. If you're interested in credit repair, check us out. 700club creditrepair.com. Start your first 30 days for just $19.99. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. If you are interested in getting a free copy of this book, this is what I need you to do. Nora says, Jason, information you provide has been a lifesaver for me. Send me a link so I can purchase the book. That's beautiful. That's God right there. That's God. All right. So what I need you to do, if you want to get your hands on my book, free copy, what I need you to do is text I want the book to 567-318-5210. The first person who texts that number right now, I want the book, I'm going to send you a copy of the book. Text 567-318-5210. I want the book. I'm going to send you the book. All right. And then I'm going to share with you our winner. I'm going to get that link for you, Nora, and anyone else who's interested in buying the book, just in case you don't win. Okay, we got our winner. They were fast. They were on it. Let me see, who is this? Yes, my man, Spence. Spence Echols. You won. We got our winner. All right, so we got our winner. Let me see. I'm going to share the link for those of you who are still interested in getting the book. Give me one quick second so I can get that link. Oh, we're getting a bunch of texts. Spence.
What's up, party people? This is
shoot.
Jason YC.
Here we go. All right. So what I'm going to do is, if you're interested, I have an ebook and I also have a physical book. You can choose which one you want. Choose which one you want at that link. Let me see here. And then Facebook, I just shared the link with you. Spence, I appreciate the support. I'm going to send you that book. I'm going to put it in the mail first thing in the morning. And then for those of you who are interested in getting your hand on the book, click the link associated to this video. I just shared it in the comment area. You could either get the ebook or you can get a hard copy, and the hard copy will be signed, okay? Anyway, I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. Dang, we're live 50 minutes. Thank you all. I'll see you Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go live again. We're going to give away some more free stuff. And make sure you stick around, look at your emails, because I will send out a reminder. And I'll see you Thursday evening, okay, for another episode of Dope Chaser TV. Again, my name is Jason White, CEO and founder of Witness Riches. If you're interested in learning more about our credit repair service, make sure you check the link that's associated to this video so you can learn more about what we do and have the opportunity to start your first 30 days of credit repair for just $19.99. Thank you all for watching this evening. I'm out. Peace.